What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday, March 5th. Crazy, like my brain was defaulting to February still, but it is actually March. We are trucking right through this year. It's kind of a weird, gloomy day here in Vegas, really cloudy and cold. Not that anybody cares. Anyways, I had this like really weird dream the other night, like 2 nights ago. Well, no, not last night, night before last night. And I like wanted to talk about it. I kind of wanted to tell my little story. It's really creepy and really freaky, and it's kind of been on the back of my mind since it happened. So I'm sleeping. It's not real abnormal for me to have creepy dreams. It's also not abnormal of me to like have problems sleeping. That's my mind is just constantly moving. But I'm sleeping and I'm having this dream. So I'll talk about the dream. Okay, so the dream, it starts off that I'm at work, pretty much a normal night, and I'm patrolling and I see in the distance like what looks like a guy that's like fighting with his girlfriend, like physically, right? So I call it in on the radio, and I just remember I'm not getting any response from it. And I remember thinking this in my dream. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna have to go and handle this myself. Not a big deal. It's not the first time I've had to do something like that, but it happens. But usually there's at least some sort of response. I wasn't getting a response. So I go and I start walking, and they're probably about 50 yards away from me. So I start walking towards them, and like they kind of break up the fight, and then the female starts kind of like coming towards me, almost like running, right? And the male, I don't even remember what happened to the male, if I'm being honest. She comes towards me, and then I had to stop her because I think she was about to pass me. I'm like, hey, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Do you need medical? Do you need like help? Like, what's going on? Excuse me. Then things like turned. Like all of a sudden, she didn't seem like upset. She seemed kind of like almost joking around, you know. And I'm like, okay. Then this third person comes like really fast, almost like a vampire on Twilight fast, you know, and like pushes her or punches her or something, and she falls. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm radioing more. I'm like, hey, I need more officers. I got like a situation going on out here. I got this girl being attacked, you know, and I'm not getting a response. I realize like there's nobody responding. Like there's even no other people around. It's just us in this situation. So she gets up and kind of runs away. I'm like, oh shit, dude, I gotta. All right, so I start chasing her, but she's really fast. She loses me, and I finally do catch up to her. She's sitting in a car, and not like a normal car. She's sitting in like a old style car, almost like a rat rod or like a Model T or something along those lines. Something that does not belong on the streets. Something old and like what the fuck is this? Like, are you driving this as your daily, like, are you the Addams Family? It was really weird. She was in this car. So I approached the car, you know, I'm being kind of cautious. I'm like, what? This is crazy, dude. This is some crazy shit. So I get close enough to the car, and I'm trying to talk to him, like, hey, are you okay? And she's watching me, like, dead stare. Like, her eyes are so focused on me, and she just gives this weird grin, like this weird, creepy, hair-raising grin. And then what happens after that is probably the most bizarre part. I feel like there's a person behind me, and I thought it might be the person that attacked her, but I feel them tapping on my back, like poking, like it was like a poke, like I felt it in my sleep. And not only was it like super crazy, but it woke me dead ass out of my sleep, like almost in panic mode. And I'm thinking like, shit, I'm about to wake up. Like my eyes open, and I didn't, you don't even realize you're in a dream, and nonetheless a scary ass dream. And like I felt that tap. Like I still felt the I still felt exactly where the taps were happening on my back. I'm a side sleeper. I was sleeping on my left side, I remember. And I remember my first thought, once I opened my eyes and realized it was a dream, I'm like, oh shit, dude, I'm about to roll over and see like some creepy ass little ring girl or something sitting behind me, and like I'm gonna shit all over myself. And like I'm literally like my heart's beating 100 miles an hour, and I finally work up the courage. Like I'm like, all right, turn around, look around. Like there's nothing. Like it's dark in my room, so I think I might be seeing things, but there's nothing in there. It's just me and my imagination. And it was 3:30. It was like around 3:30, and I know this time frame because I have the text message stamp from when I texted somebody that I know is usually awake really late. And that is literally like the witching hour. If you are into any of that, like any of that type of thinking or witchcraft or anything like that, like that the hours like 3 to 4 is like, they call that the witching hour. And that's when like shit is just like that's where some of the craziest stories happen, when it has to do with like ghosts or other dimension stuff. I'm not really into that stuff. It's very intriguing, but I'm not really in it. But it's been bugging me. I've been talking to some people about it, and it's really freaky. It almost feels like, and I'm gonna sound crazy, but it almost feels like somebody from another dimension was trying to contact me or touch me or get my attention. I've never had that. Now, I've had some crazy ass dreams. I've had some super scary ass dreams, but I've never had a physical touch, right? I've never had that. Now, is it in my head? Is it something that maybe I really just truly believe that happened? I don't know. Now, to all the people that listen to my vlogs or whatever, all like 2 or 3 of you, maybe somebody comment if you have like an idea on this or some sort of different perspective. It's really interesting to me. It's definitely something that has been like, not even really so much on the back of my mind, like almost on the forefront of my mind over the past, like this past day or two. And I really am interested in like people's perspectives on it. And if you have heard any stuff like this before, or if maybe you're just like, you're just full of shit, it's like a weird neural thing that happened, your brain made you think that you were like feeling like you were getting tapped in the back. But like, why would that wake me up? Like, that specific thing is what woke me up. It wasn't the dream itself. It was the actual like being poked in the back about 6 or 7 times, I want to say, like rapid pokes, almost like somebody like trying to get your attention, when they poke you in the arm or something or whatever. Yeah, pretty crazy. I know there's a lot of big news going on with Trump and Zelensky and the State of the Union address last night. So there's a lot of major things going on, but I wanted to talk about this. This is something a little different than what I normally would talk about. Maybe I'll talk about those things later on. Probably not. But yeah, let me know. I know I'm not like the best like storyteller. In fact, I'm probably really terrible at it. So I hope that I didn't like lose anybody too much on what was going on. I was trying to like I was trying my best to like keep my story in like understandable terms, because I know I go all over the place when I talk. But thank you. All right.